Okay, guys, welcome to my stream. Akumaldo Crypto here. Let's talk about Bitcoin and about crypto, huh? Is everything okay there? The sound is okay. I'm gonna wait a little bit because I don't think that if everyone is here, if I have enough people. I think I have just one viewer now, or a bit more. Let's see. Yes. So guys, if you haven't joined me on my channel, please consider doing so, because this is a channel that I am doing with a friend, two friends of mine, three friends of mine, actually, with a bunch of friends. And they are amazing. They can really provide good knowledge and a good environment for learning. Okay, so I recommend you guys to join us. This is my Discord link. Please join us there. And oh, hi guys. Thanks. It's so nice to have you guys here, huh? So this is my Discord. I'm gonna provide all free stuff there, yeah. I have an indicator that I'm working on, this all-in-one here. It's so silly, but it's important because you have all different things together, right? I'm gonna add a lot of different moving average, exponential moving average together, token channel with the Bullish band, Ishimoku. So it's something that if you are a free TradingView user, it would help you a lot, because you have a limited amount of indicators that you can use, right? It's free, okay? I'm doing this for the community. The only thing I ask is to join my channel. It's just I just ask this. Join my channel because I want more people there. I want people, of course, to have nice and fruitful discussions. Okay, and yes. So let's talk about Bitcoin, huh? Again, this is my so see. Oh, I haven't seen this yet. Yes, we touched that red line that I have been proposing as a hypothesis. This is so amazing because I wasn't expecting it. We have touched it. This is a daily chart, okay? And we have touched it. Oh, this is amazing. I'm sorry to be, I am really surprised because these red lines seem to be playing a role here. See, if you have been following me, guys, I draw this red line like, I don't know, 5 days ago, and it was totally hypothetical. Totally, I said here it's a hypothesis. And we had two interesting weeks here, long weeks, trying to pierce it, right? And failed. Come on, TV. Come on, TV. Don't do that. Yes. Oh, now we closed the day yesterday with a rejection, but now we are below it. But I see two huge weeks here. I don't see Bitcoin going further down. Not now, at least. This is a huge, crazy pattern, guys. Okay, let's discuss for a second. Let me take all those lines here out. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Let's discuss a little bit about this thing here. Let's compare this thing that happened here with the other times that Bitcoin had a similar dump, yeah, but it's not similar. if this is a daily chart and we see a strong movement downwards, it's unbelievable. If you compare with other movements, it's almost impossible to find any kind of count here. This is a rare event. This is indeed a rare event, which I can't really consider. It's difficult to even put it in a perspective that what's really happening here. Okay, I have this count here. I have this structure. Is ABC, a sharp correction for W, and then we have this strange thing here, this strange movement down here that had never happened before like this. If you look like this, it's you have like it's starting to decline, but then you have a reaction. But now what has happened in the past like 5 days, 10 days, it's a huge decline. I don't know, but this is unusual and this is not expected. I wasn't expecting this kind of movement here. Okay, this thing here is new. Okay, this thing here is completely new. We need to understand this. Okay, we need to understand that this is not this is not what has been happening, right? This is something new. You need to compare, right? This movement here, this wave here with the other patterns that we have encountered. Okay, this was one, this was another one, and now we have this sharp, crazy pattern here that is so difficult to understand. Okay, but we need to try to understand it, and we need to try to identify some patterns. And what I see is that this is happening, some kind of a zigzag, going back and forth. Okay, so I truly believe that we are going to bounce out of this region here. Okay, especially because of those rejections, those 2 weeks here. This red line here is my hypothesis. Okay, but now I have another touch here, so perhaps it's not gonna be a hypothesis anymore. But this is what we have. This is a weird pattern, guys. What this suggests, this kind of pattern, is that we have had a plenty of sellers, okay, dumping it. The volume has not increased, but nevertheless, if you look at the hourly chart, you see that it's a lot of sellers relative to the amount of buyers. Okay, and this it's not in the best interest of the sellers to continue dumping it. Okay, what if they are looking for profits? They should now start buying Bitcoin and dump it like when they have a better price. Okay, that's why in Elliott waves we propose a wave B here. That's the psychology of it. Okay, we need to think about the in market terms. Okay, this needs to go up to get a better price. I'm not talking about breaking 700. Okay, this is really difficult to imagine now, but they need to get more. They need to get more momentum, go up, and then dump again, and then perhaps this red line here is completely. We need to disregard it a bit or move it a bit like this. Okay, so far it's not invalidated. This triangle that we have here, that is information here. Okay. Oh my, I'm sorry, not information, but it's one possibility. Okay. Why I'm proposing this contraction, I have explained it yesterday, I think. Yeah. I have explained that it's a correction in time. I don't think that Bitcoin has a lot of room to go down. Okay, a lot of analysts may call 4K and 4200. I know it's possible, but according to this market structure, guys, pay attention to this geometry here, these two trend lines here. Okay, these two trend lines. Let me just, I am discounting the weeks just for a obvious reason. That is this, those weeks here are those weeks here are telling us that it's a strong rejection. Okay, and I'm using this trend line here as the to understand this market structure here. If we take this market structure into consideration, it would take a lot of time to get to the 4100. Unless we break this market structure, and then we would have like something A, B, and a really deep C here to finish the correction. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Could you make the case, for instance, that this is a Y going down here? Yes. Okay, guys. Yes, it can be a Y going down. Okay, and we would break this red line here. Okay, this Y, and then we would have what? Let me put the waves again back. Okay, this is a sharp correction. Okay, this is the X, and then we would have this W, X, and Y inside of the Y. Okay, the problem is, yes, it's not completely within the guidelines, but it's possible. We have normally what we have is a B, C for a Y or a triangle. I would need to check if it's possible, but yes, I'm proposing that we have a WXY inside of a Y. Yes, I'm proposing that because that's the way that I'm seeing this X here. It's a perfect X relative to this W and this sharp correction here, ABC. Then we have this X here, white. Then we have this A, B, perhaps a C here going down here. Okay, then this would what it would means is that it would get here to the 786, 4200. Then we would need to have some kind of bounce anyway. We need some kind of wave 2 here. If you consider that this is a wave 1, a really deep wave 1, then you would need to get this. I'm gonna count the weeks in this case. Then we would need a bounce to the 7600, at least 50%. Let's say 7200. Okay, we would need a wave 2. This is a different scenario, guys. Okay, different scenario. I am getting my fib retracement here from the bottom of this wave. Actually, it's the opposite. I'm sorry. It's from the top of this wave here. Sorry, to the bottom because I was. Yes, this because we want to know where is the wave 2. If we are considering that we are gonna finish here, okay, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if this is a wave 2, we will need at least 50% or perhaps 38-20%. Okay, we don't get to the it's a really bearish market. We don't get we don't break 7K again, and we go down. Okay, what is the problem with this count? The problem with this count is, let's assume that this B here. I think that I need to be I need to take this out here. Let me remove it. Then we would have a 1. This is let's think that we have. Let's imagine that we have an ending diagonal. This is our 2, a 3, 4, 5. It's possible an ending diagonal is a structure that would imply that the 4 would would touch the region of wave 1. If this is wave 1, we would have a wave 4 that would retrace to the region of wave 1, and a 3 here, and a 5, and this would form a diagonal. Okay, let's show you guys something like this. Okay, this would be the shape of this final structure. That would mean the end of the correction, yes. Okay, perhaps we don't see a really deep 2, but we see a deep 4. What would be the shape of this structure? This, okay, let me, yes, something like this. 4 like here, yeah, ending diagonal. The wave 4 usually retraces to the region of wave 1, guys. Okay, this is within the guidelines. It breaks the rules. Yeah, I know. Elliott wave analyst says, oh, wave 4 never retraces to the region of wave 1. Yes, unless it's an ending diagonal. It's a diagonal structure. Yes, we see that the wave 4 retraces to the region of wave 1. Okay, it's normal to happen. Then I would need to stretch a little bit, but this is the structure. Okay, guys, more or less. If this is happening, if we are going to finish this is the last push down. Let's imagine it. Okay, let's imagine that we have and this is the last push down, and that this red hypothetical line here is not in place, and this is what we have. Okay, it's possible that we are in a ending diagonal here. It's possible, but nevertheless, we need a bounce. We need it's necessary that they go up a bit to refill and to start dumping for the wave 3. Wave 3 is often it's the wave that's the most likely to be extended. So in this case, let's use the Fib extension tool, right? This is the beginning of our wave, then is the end here. Let's assume, guys, that this is the wave 2, okay? Let's assume. We don't have the data yet. So this is 100%. See? Here is 100%. 4,400. Oh, come on. It's gonna be... I am thinking about at least 100%. Okay. At least 100% of wave 1. So then we would have this structure here. Weird. I know, weird. Perhaps we don't have this wave 4 going that high. Or perhaps the wave 1 is the extended one. Okay, we would have a 618 here. Okay, and then we would have a fourth wave going like this in the region of wave 1, like this. Okay, and then we would have a truncated fifth, not a truncated, but a shorter wave 5. We wouldn't touch the 400 here. I'm talking about possibilities, okay, guys? Talking about possibilities. With this shape that we have here for a wave 1, if this is a wave 1, if we can have an extended wave 1. Let me show you guys here, going by the book, like I like to do. Let's show you guys the extensions that we have, okay? Okay, in this case here, for instance, here we have first wave extension 1. You see 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, we have the first wave is extended. Okay, we have different cases. We have cases that we don't have an extension identified. Okay, it's rare. It's like 8% of the time, even less. Okay, or the last wave is the extension. But in this case here, what we have, if this is wave 1, if this is wave 1, perhaps it's the extended one, and then we wouldn't have a wave 3 that's so extended. It would go to the 618 here, then we would have a wave 4, and then we would have a wave 5. Wave 5, if this is true, wave 5 can't go as deep, can't have the, as wave 3 cannot be the shortest, wave 5 won't go that deep. Okay, if this whole count is true, okay guys, we can have this count like this. Okay, a count like this. Let me show you guys a diagonal. Okay, let me use the book. It's this is an ending diagonal. Okay, it's one of the kinds of diagonal. You have a motive impulse, a motive diagonal that goes up, and you have an ending diagonal. It happens in a bull market like this and in a bear market. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see that the fourth wave is truncated. We're here. The fourth wave, I'm sorry, is not truncated. It's retracing to the region of wave 1, and then we have this really small wave 5. Then we go up. That's what I'm proposing here, guys. Okay, that's what I'm proposing. But the problem is ending diagonals are composed of trees, as you can see here. Okay, as you can see in the book, trees. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's getting smaller and smaller. Okay, the price action is starting to like contract because it's a triangle, right? This is the shape of the structure. So I can't see a tree here. I can see a tree here in this allegedly in this proposed wave 1. Really strange. Then we wouldn't need 3 waves here, then 3 waves here, 3 waves here, 3 waves here. Okay, that's the structure. I'm sorry, I know it's weird, it's strange, but I try to be consistent and use the principle the way that we should. So this is more or less what we have. If this is a wave 1, if, okay, I'm proposing something different here, guys. I'm proposing that we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. My other count is that we won't have a new low. That's it. Okay, one of the 2 cases, either we have another low, either we break it, we continue going down, so then we would have a really weird thing. We would have a really special case, I would say. Okay, a black swan, if you will, if you are aware of what I'm talking about. A black swan is a really rare event. This would be a rare event, not usual, completely unusual. Okay, of course, if you sold here, if you shorted here, that would be a really nice profit for you. But most of the market was not expecting it. Most of the market, remember guys, most of the market was considering this the end of the correction. But I was calling it, and I was calling it corrective. Remember, this is my 1 hour chart. I said this is an ABC. This doesn't look like a first wave. This look like a corrective leading diagonal. And this is what happened. This is an ABC structure. This is correction. This is a corrective structure of this structure here. This ABC diagonal. Sorry. This is ABC zigzag here. Then we have this structure here. This ABC correcting this structure here. This is the trend. This is the trend, and this is the correction. Now we have a trend again going. What's the trend? We are going down. Okay, and this is the correction. This is the correction. This is structure here. This is the trend going down. So what we need to understand now is whether or not we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going down, or if you're going to have a triangle shape here, like oops, I'm sorry. Like I proposed here with this red line here. Okay. Both cases, guys. Now what I can do is I can give you guys a polite guess, okay? And it's a forecast, right? We have plenty of scenarios that are likely now. That's not only hypothetical, they are likely. We have this, what data we have, this line, this huge wave here going down. I dare say that we need a bounce now. It's impossible if you don't have a bounce now. So I'm expecting this bounce. However, I'm not gonna enter along here. No, when we are in a moment like this is a really good piece of device, by the way. Guys, when you are in a moment like this personally, it's my style, okay? The way I trade is I never enter a trade when we have an event like this. You watch the market and you see that the market is doing something that's not usual. Okay, if it's doing something that's not usual, you don't enter the market. You wait for some pattern that you understand. You wait for a bounce here. You wait for a bounce to a reasonable level. Then you understand what's going on and then you enter. If you enter now along, you would, okay, I am telling you guys, we need a bounce. But personally, I don't enter the market when it's like this. I prefer to lose I really prefer to lose profit, to lose the opportunity of making money rather than losing money. Okay, that's my style. I don't enter a trade if I have a perspective of losing more than I'm gonna make. Okay, oh yes, I can calculate the risk reward here if I use my tool here. Where is the tool? Oh damn, okay, yes. Here we go. Okay, if you think that, oh nice, I'm gonna do like this. I think that we won't get to the 7K, sorry. Then you put a stop loss like here. 5 risk reward ratio. Yeah, it's a risk reward ratio of 5. Okay, but I won't take this one. I won't. See, I prefer not to make 5. I don't know, 11% here. I prefer not to have this kind of profit. I really prefer not to. Okay. Why? I don't trade against the trend. I don't trade against the trend. The trend is going down. I won't trade. I won't trade longing. I won't enter. I won't buy now. So I'm gonna wait for a bounce. Then I'm gonna short. That's what I'm gonna do. That's why I have been calling for a bounce. We need a bounce, and in those 2 weeks here, it's telling us that we probably is what's gonna happen. Okay, we were gonna see some kind of bounce, whether we have this 2 or a B. Okay. Anyway, we are gonna see a bounce that's gonna be at least 600. Okay. Okay, enough for this. This is the daily chart. I'm sorry, guys. A lot. I have been talking for a long time. Yeah. Oh, this is the weekly chart. See, another data that we must consider is that this blue line here has been a really important line for the weekly chart. Okay, this is important, guys. Really important. Every time we touch this blue line, we bounced. Every time we touched it, we bounced. If we finish the week below it, below this blue line, then something completely different is gonna happen. Okay, something completely different. But I think that we won't finish the week below it. We are gonna bounce. If we bounce, this structure here, this weekly structure here is on the table. Okay, this line here, this blue line, has supported the whole movement. I'm sorry, let me just move it a bit. Yes, just to touch it. And not yes, here. Okay, all the time, every time we touched it, see, we bounced. Okay, now we are below it. This is one more piece of information that is telling us that we should expect we might see a bounce. Okay. Now my hourly chart. Okay, this is what we have. This is my count. I know a lot of noise here, sorry, a lot of information. This is my primary count for the hour chart. Okay, this is the volume of sellers, a huge volume of sellers, of course, and compared to the buyers, okay, we had almost the same volume of sellers that we had before here at the beginning. So this began with a huge volume of sellers, and now we had, like, this was yesterday, right? This was yesterday, a huge volume of sellers as well. Okay, but even with but this was enough to have the end of this movement. I think yes, this pitchfork here has contained the whole movement. This pitchfork here that I have drawn it. This pitchfork, you see, I have drawn using this low here and this high here, and it has contained the whole movement. Now we are touching this 175 line here. Is this purple, pinkish line here? We touched it and we bounced out of it two times. Okay, this was the first time we pierced it and we bounced. We touched it now and we bounced. We have another another attempt to go lower and we bounced. Now we have this kind of okay, you guys might say that this is a bearish flag. Yes, of course, it looks like a bearish flag a lot. Yeah, but bearish flag, we would need to have to consider the wicks, right? Okay, yes, you can ask a question. Go. Oh. Wait a second. Wait a second, guys. Because I can't believe it. My monitor is not working now. My second one. Because my cat is playing with the wires. That's beautiful, isn't it? Oh. Wait a second. Oh, come on. Yes. Low, right? My cat. You little piece of fun. To not say something else. You are really something, isn't it? You are really something. You are really something, aren't you? Come on. Oh. Yes, I'm trying, guys. Yeah, it's working now. So, I'm sorry, Peekaboo. Inverted head and shoulder. Inverted head and shoulder in the daily since April. If you are talking about this structure here, I have been pointing this out. This is April, right? No. The huge inverted This was an inverted head and shoulder that played out really well. See? I called it. I called this inverted head and shoulder. Okay, but the inverted head and shoulder that you are talking about, it's since April, right? Wait a second. You little kitty, come with me. So, since April, inverted head and shoulder. Oh, I see what you're talking about. But the inverted head and shoulder would start here, and this would be the inverted head and shoulder. I see. Let's see. Okay, some guidelines for the head and shoulder. Huge volume here, and the decline. Yes, it's possible. It's possible. It is possible that we have an inverted head and shoulder here. This would be the support of the first. The head would be here. Let's see. Let's see. I need another chart. No, let me draw it. This would be the neckline. Here would be the neckline. But this is okay. Then again, if we have an inverted head and shoulder happening now, this one would be the neckline. We have 1 touch, 2, 3, yeah. And where is my inverted head and shoulder pattern here? It would have the same head. That's weird. Then this one would be the bottom, right? This would be the pattern, guys. Yeah, it's okay. This kind of pattern is not weird. We would have the same right shoulder for both. It's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting indeed. We would need to, in order for this to happen, we would need to go like this. This would be our the distance here that we have from the top of the neckline to the bottom, and we would have to break out here. Okay, we would get to 10K, 11K. Okay, we would need to, first of all, we need to get to this region here. We need to bounce and get here to 7,600. Okay, in order for this to play, okay, in order for this to play, you would need to get here first, and then you would have that thing, that this is the distance from the neckline to the head. It's possible, but unfortunately we don't have enough data. Hi there, Cryptolite. And we don't have enough data in order to tell with certainty that we have an inverted head and shoulder here playing. Okay, we need data. Okay, we had an inverted head and shoulder here. Okay, and then it played out really well, and then we dropped really hard, and we are now in a different pattern, perhaps. So it's possible that we have another pattern, another head and shoulder here playing out. Okay, but we need to bounce. Anyway, whatever you say, whatever pattern you propose, whatever kind of thing that you proposed, we need to bounce. We need some kind of bounce in order to get new highs and continue going down. Okay, if you bounce to this region here of what I'm proposing, what I have been proposing, is that we have this ABC. Perhaps we don't have this ABC, but we have indeed a 1 here. Yes, the problem is that it doesn't look like a 1, 2, 3. This doesn't look like a 1. Yeah, we need to reconsider this count here. This would be the 4. Yeah, Yes. So the way that I'm counting the hourly chart is that we have this ABC. I am using the expanded triangle here, the expanded flat, sorry, not the triangle, sorry. A, B, and C here, okay? This is an expanded flat. Then we would go down for our wave C, okay? But if we have another low here, this is discarded, and then I would consider again this structure here of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if we have another low, this whole this proposal here, it's out of the table completely. Okay, guys. I see 5600. Yeah, but the problem is that we don't have enough sellers, and I don't see. I see a lot of people dumping. Okay, a lot of people dumping, and they need some kind of bounce. Oh, you haven't been here since the beginning, but I was discussing the daily chart. I was discussing this weird pattern that we have here. Okay, this pattern here, this huge dump. We have 2 weeks, 2 really huge weeks. When we see it in a daily chart, we see that we had a rejection 2 times, right? We closed yesterday with a rejection, and we started the day rejecting the 6,000. Okay, they tried to go to the 6,000, but it was rejected. Let's see of course all the indicators here, the EMAs has nothing to say to us. They are all pointing down. Okay, all pointing down. Let me take those things just to make it clear. Even the EMA, the 8 EMA, it's gonna act as a strong resistance here. Okay, it broke. So this is the region that I expect some kind of bounce, 6,500. Then we would continue going down, perhaps. Okay. The EMA, the 30, yeah. It's another possibility. We have the 6,800 here. But it's really difficult, guys. Really difficult to continue going down. I won't say that's impossible, because nothing is impossible. But some kind of bounce is needed. All the altcoins are bleeding like hell. Our altcoins are reaching institutional levels, right? What is an institutional level? When the altcoin was released, that was the price that it was when it was released. Like Neo is reaching really low levels, really low. And I don't think it's gonna continue like that. We need some kind of bounce in order to continue dumping. It's in the bear's best interest to start buying now and to dump more afterwards. Okay, to have a better profit. Okay, that's my opinion. Of course, I am proposing this expanded triangle. I'm sorry again, expanded flat here. I'm proposing it, and again, it's telling me, and this, you are talking about an A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, but if you are talking about an expanded triangle like this, if you're talking about something like this, it's the only possible structure that we might have that's a triangle, an expanding. Okay? If it's a triangle, expanding triangle, oh, Mr. Peekaboo, have a nice gym, bro. See ya. Cheers. If an expanding triangle like this, it's possible, but we need first to have a C here that goes up, then a D here, and a E. Okay? It's if we have a bounce here to the C, okay, then we have a D that breaks, and then we go to the C. anyhow, we would need a bounce now. Okay, that's what the way I see. This support here is not a support anymore. It's a resistance, by the way. This is a resistance. Okay, this region here is a resistance. We have all the resistance in the world to get through. Yeah, all those resistance here. We have plenty of this. This purple line here is a resistance now. So I know it's difficult. We have plenty of weeks here at the hourly chart telling us that goodness, rejection, indecision, trying to go down to the 6K rejection. You see? An ascending triangle. Yeah, you might say that this is an ascending triangle, but you need to give me more data. This doesn't look like nothing, to be honest. This looks like a lot of rejection tries to go. Yes, this is what I'm proposing, Cryptolite. I'm proposing that we need to go to at least to this resistance here. Okay, this resistance here is 6400. Okay, at least then we would have a running flat. Okay, an expanding running flat. This would be the structure. This is possible. Then we would have a B here, a really shallow B, and then a C. This is possible. Okay, but I think that to keep the structure, to keep the structure of the market, I think that we would have a nice bounce to 700, and then we would go down again. Anyhow, the way I'm gonna trade it is I'm gonna wait for this bounce. I'm gonna wait for this bounce, and then I'm gonna enter. I'm gonna short the market. Okay, I'm not gonna trend against the market. Okay, I'm not gonna. And all the altcoins are bleeding, and we don't have a lot of. I don't think that we have a lot of room to go down. Okay. Not now. I think that's possible that we're gonna see 5400. Of course, it's possible, but not now. We need to bounce. We need to bounce because this daily wave here, this structure here, is weird enough already. We don't see it's days just dumping, no volume of buyers at all. When this happens, is when we see that buyers just jump in and buy the heck out of it, and we see a nice bounce, and then we will continue dumping it. Okay, perhaps we have this structure here. Okay, this is an ending diagonal. Okay, perhaps we have yet to confirm it. Okay, guys, it's too soon. BTC over 50%. What is over 50%? Vague statements like this doesn't help. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. We are below 50%. If you're talking about the 50% fib, so here we are below, and we are below the 65%. We are between the 65% and 78, 60%. And one more piece of information is that we have plenty of people shorting now. This is another piece of information. Okay. BTC dominance, okay. Yes, if we have that kind of dominance, 50%, we have a lot of money, a lot of people is shorting Bitcoin now. When it happens, it's because most of the time we are going to see a reversal, not a reversal, but a bounce. Okay, I'm not entering a trade now, but my forecast for this structure here is that we are going to have either this or some kind of AB or some kind of ABC. Okay, or this. And we won't get a new low here. We're gonna have perhaps a double bottom here. With this line here as a hypothesis. Okay. Yes, I know. Now they explained to me with some kind of. This was the beginning of the stream. I was talking about this structure here. We might have an A, B, C, D, E here. Okay. Then, of course, if you assume that this is an A, B, C, D, and we break down, okay. Yes. Yes, the market cap is so low. This is as well a huge data for me. It's telling me that the market is gonna bounce, okay? Instead of going down. Instead of going further down, we need a bounce. The market structure is telling me that we need a bounce because this is what happened in the past. If we continue going down, okay, it's gonna break this structure, and it's gonna break this structure like if we get here. But if we get to the 5500, we are gonna have just a huge red structure here that it doesn't make sense. The market doesn't need to do what I want, but I'm not saying that I want it. I'm just applying the Elliott wave principle and the structure, the TA techniques that tells me that we need some kind of bounce in order to keep the structure. The market has some structure. Oh, sorry to hear that, but I don't think we are gonna have a. It's really difficult to imagine that we have that we are gonna continue going down without any kind of bounce. When you get to that level 6400, stop your loss there. Okay, would be nice if you have a stop loss down here as well, because we would stop losing money here, right? If it breaks 6,000, I would stop my loss. I would stop my loss immediately if I were you, okay? If we break 6,000, but we haven't broke 6,000, right? See, two attempts. I think that's it, guys. It has been a rather long video. And I need to go. As I said, what I'm expecting is a bounce. We have plenty of these different scenarios that I've covered, and I think that's it. Okay. This is gonna be a nice weekend, as always, right? If you haven't joined me yet at my Twitter, please consider doing so. Okay, and if you haven't joined my Discord channel, you have here my invitation. Okay, it's gonna be nice to have you guys there. It's always nice to have you guys there for some fun together. I'm gonna post this live stream on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel, and give me a thumbs up there. Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's right, Cryptolite. Yes, really important to have your stop loss. So, thank you very much, guys. And sorry for the rather long video. Huh? I see you guys next time. Huh? Bye bye. Cheers.